Welcome to Football Review UK and thanks for watching this video. I started this channel as I love football and I'm a keen collector of football boots, as you can see here. I'm not a professional YouTuber by any means and not sponsored by anyone, and like to think that I'm completely honest in my reviews. The collection I have amassed will not be as impressive as the vast majority of videos you'll see on YouTube, as I have a full-time job, 2 beautiful children, and as I've already said, don't do this professionally. But I like to think it's a half-decent collection. I've played football since I could walk and played the beautiful game for over 25 years now. I play 3 times a week, 5-a-side twice a week and 11-a-side at the weekends. I like to think of myself as a pacey striker, so many of the boots I have here are catered for forwards. Anyway, enough boring you about myself. Thank you to all the people who subscribed, and here is the 700 subscriber boot collection / Christmas special. First up is the Ace 16 Plus Pure Control from Adidas. Released in early 2016, the boot was launched under a lot of hype and attention, with Mesut Ozil and even Rakitic as their main ambassadors. The design to me is beautiful and I love the solar green colourway. Obviously the main talking point is the laceless design, which I originally thought was a gimmick, but after trying the boot on it's clear Adidas are onto something. I know the original laceless design was by Lotto, but that boot was actually a gimmick, whereas the Adidas model has some real thought put into it. The positives are that you have supreme control on the ball and there is some real quality in making the boot itself. The laceless design is pretty amazing and for me the fit is outstanding, but I do know some people who find it hard to fit, as essentially you can't adjust the fit of the boot as you don't have any laces obviously. Another issue is that is heel slippage, which is a bit of an issue for players like myself who like to turn at speed and lose a defender. The bottom line is the Ace 16 Plus Pure Control is an innovative boot, something we have never seen before. But in the end, it's the first generation of this model, and there's always going to be improvements to later models, so that's why I've given it a 7 out of 10. But I'm sure that in a year or two this boot will be the one to beat. Now onto a boot which has caused a little bit of controversy on my channel. If you haven't seen the video already, I'll leave a link in the description below. Worn by the likes of James Rodriguez, Peter Cech and Oscar and Steven Gerrard, the boot was the other main launch model, also in solar green, and the boot review video I posted at the time was the subject of some abuse. I had the audacity to tell it like it is, saying don't buy the boot as the fit was extremely harsh and the sole plate was like playing on planks of wood. The video was made a couple of weeks into having them, and even after a few months they were struggling to break in. They take a hell of a lot of time to break in, and I still maintain that they aren't as soft as everyone makes out. The positives are that they are cheaper than the Pure Controls, but the problem is they are still very expensive, and for the price I paid for them, I did get them through the official Adidas website, they are simply not worth the money. So that's why in the end I've given them a 5 out of 10. Now on to the Nike Mercurial Superfly, made famous by Cristiano Ronaldo. I have to say I have a soft spot for yellow boots and I love how these boots look. Some people might hate the colourway, but I think they're brilliant and they're one of my favourite boots of all time. When I first tried these on, I was shocked how comfortable they feel and the fit is outstanding. They are just on another level to the Pure Controls, as they have laces which utilise the Brillo cables to give you that lockdown fit which is vital for speed boots. The touch and feel on the ball is like nothing you've ever felt, and don't forget these came out 2 years before the Adidas flagship Pure Control model. It's literally like playing in a sock, and the dynamic fit collar is something that divides opinion, but I love them. I don't even think they're difficult to put on, and the only negative, which is inevitable, is the lack of protection. If someone stands on your foot, you're going to feel it. They're so good I have them in yellow and orange. Overall, I give this boot a 9 out of 10 because they're just that good. There's only one boot I would ever consider to be better than this, which is high praise indeed, and you'll have to wait and see which boot that is. This special edition boot was launched in 2013 and was a limited edition boot in the CR7 range. Ronaldo's boots change almost on a weekly basis these days, but there was a time when he wore them for Real Madrid and Portugal. Some Boot reviews I've seen hate the colourway, but I think they look fantastic, hence why I bought them. As with the Mercurial range, they're extremely light and very comfortable. You can break them in easily and they're so soft, and I love these boots. I've given them an 8 out of 10, because their successors are better, but that doesn't take away from the fact they are some amazing football boots, so they're very highly recommended. Worn by the likes of Theo Walcott, Neymar and Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the Nike Mercurial Vapor 7 in the neon yellow colourway is another one of my favourite boots. The design is eye-catching and really stands out from the crowd. Along with the extremely comfortable fit, they feel so soft it's ridiculous. The sole plate is excellent and responsive, and they are right up there with some of my favourite boots of all time. The only reason why they score an 8 out of 10 is because, and this probably sounds strange, is that by today's standards they feel bulky. I tried them in a game only a few weeks ago, and now I've used the Superfly and Pure Control boots. Even though this boot is really light, they feel a bit bulky. I would say wearing them now feels like wearing slippers, but again, they're some fantastic boots and I absolutely love them. Released in 2015, this boot was promoted by the likes of Luis Suarez and Gareth Bale, although Bale is seen wearing them more in the 2015-16 season. The boot has an excellent lockdown with the external cage system, and it is a very aggressive boot. Anyone who has a pair will know that the sole plate is one mean piece of kit. The strike zones are excellent, and once broken in, they are an excellent boot. Issues with the boot though include that they have very hard sole plates and the fact that it takes some time to break in. Overall, a very good score of 7 out of 10. And now onto the boot, which was released in time for the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. Nike managed to get a lot of big stars to wear the boots in their launch colourway, including Andreas Iniesta, Mario Götze and David Luiz. Paul Pogba was also seen sporting the green colourway for Juventus after the World Cup. I've got these boots in the original launch colour as well as green, and like the Nike Mercurial Superfly, they are an extremely comfortable boot. The sole plate is solid and responsive, and they are well made and durable. The only slight issue I had was during the break-in period when they caused blisters on the heel area. Overall, an extremely solid 8 out of 10, and to be honest, it's a really excellent football boot. And here we have the Nike Hypervenom Phantom. This boot was released in 2012, and Wayne Rooney was the main man when it came to launching the boot. Danny Welbeck can also be seen wearing the Hypervenom Phantom, and both players wore the boots while on England duty, as you can see here. I was expecting good things from this boot, but I have to say I was hugely disappointed. I found the fit to be very tight, and they were just not comfortable at all. And being a Nike Mercurial fan, I suppose that my feet are just a bit more suited to that model. Overall, a disappointing score of 4 out of 10, and to be honest, there's not much more to say about that. This is probably classed as a vintage boot these days, and it was released way back in 2005. I know I've said this about a few pairs of boots here, but these are one of my favourites, and you can probably tell from the condition, they used to be worn a lot. Worn by the likes of Cesc Fabregas and the outstanding Ronaldinho, these boots were, and they still are, fantastic to play in. Ronaldinho wore the same colourway as mine, but later had his own special gold edition to commemorate the World Footballer of the Year award. They're made from leather, and while quite substantial and sturdy, are also quite light. The boots are extremely comfortable, well padded, and offer good protection when getting into challenges and tackles. They are well made and are extremely high quality, and I even still use them today. Even though they're over 10 years old, and obviously showing some signs of wear, but they're still fantastically strong and durable. So the final score for this boot is a fantastic 9 out of 10, a truly legendary and iconic boot. As well as those top tier boots, I have quite a few other boots from a range of makes including Nike, Adidas, Diadora and Obra. But here are just a selection of those other boots, most of which are takedown models. The Nike Tiempo Premier Legend 6 boots are super comfortable and earn a solid 8 out of 10. The Nike Tiempo Legacy also gets a solid 8, and the quality, even though they're one of the takedown models. The Nike Tiempo range and their takedown models are excellent and probably the best value for money if you're on a budget. The Mercurial range, however, is not so good, and the Nike Mercurial Victory boots I have are very stiff and cause a lot of heel blisters, therefore they get a 5 out of 10. And the Nike Mercurial Feel-On boots I have are even worse, getting a score of 2 out of 10. I've never worn a more uncomfortable pair of boots in my life. Okay, some of you eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed at the start of the video that I have a range of original Predator football boots from my earlier playing days. These include the Adidas Predator Precision, Mania, Absolute, Power Swerve and Instinct. So I've decided to make a separate video reviewing those particular boots. So to see it, click on the link below or click on the video link here. Thanks for watching and please don't forget to subscribe.